know how we should address you, miss.
三位叫我秦姬便好，已为人妇，又哪敢再以姑娘自居？
人夫? Wait, what does that mean? She just calls her that she's a... Yeah, she... Oh, you translated that ahead of time. I was like, oh, that just means, instrument girl. It just means, like, I guess, like, she's just saying, call me a musician. Oh, I see. Oh. Okay, I see why she can't call herself Miss anymore. I see. Oh yeah, I need to prepare my dictionary just in case. Alright. The three of you can just call me... Oh, hi, Kevbot. What's up? The three of you can just call me... We'll just call her Qinji. Qinji. I am already someone's wife, so... Someone's wife. Oh, that sounds pretty weird if I say it in English. I am already married, so I couldn't really address... So I really shouldn't be called Miss anymore. Or like, you really shouldn't call me Miss. Yeah, see, she's basically saying like, I can't use that anymore, I'm married.
这位柳姑娘说我曲意哀伤，心中痛苦，倒是严重。
Really? Let's see. You, Miss Liu, you called my song... You called my song, grieving and sad, and an expression of the pain in the heart. I do think you might be. I do think that you might be 严重了 means like. I do think you might be exaggerating a bit.
人生在世，难免有许多妄念。我有个心愿未了，怕是到死。
Really? Oh, right. Hey, it's the goddess song. Yay! Let's see. In this life, naturally we have many wild fantasies and delusions. Has she lost her soul? I don't know. I don't think so. She'd probably be dead. Anyway, I see wild fantasy and delusion. We have many delusions. I have a wish that has yet to be fulfilled, but I'm afraid that it will never. Even if let's see, I'm afraid that it will never be fulfilled even before my death.
心愿，是什么
？A wish? What is it?
这可得从头说起。
we will have to start from the beginning.
我自幼喜爱音律，却更是仰慕世间的高人侠士。及笄之后，便出门闯荡，仗着一身武艺，惩奸除恶，倒也十分痛快。
Oh, I'll be right back. Okay. Whew. All right. Let's see. There's a bunch of words here that I'm not entirely sure. But I think I can get you this one. I see. Let's see. Yin Lu. It's a temperament? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's like Yin Lu is the one I'm actually not sure about. But anyway. Oh, thank you. Oh yes, that's right. Thank you for mentioning that because, like, let's see, that is 及笄之后. So there is one thing that's actually. Oh, I see. Well, this is music, right? Yeah, I know. My dictionary is totally wrong then. Whew. I'm sorry. I was like, that's gotta be music, but the dictionary is like, no, it's temperament. I'm like, what? So anyway, sorry about that. That's why I was like, this does not make any sense. I was like, what? Anyway, so to explain about why that is a thing. So, in China, like even like during various dynasties, like unmarried women and married women definitely had to have different hairstyles because a married woman has to indicate like, hey, I'm married. No, you can't. No, I'm not interested in you. And so like that was like a sign of propriety, and of course like it's just to like, it's also like expected of behavior for a married woman. So yeah, that is why they did that back then in ancient times. So you could tell if someone was married or not. I always thought that was pretty interesting. I'm like, oh, I did not know that was a thing. But I mean, after you watch a bunch of ancient dramas, you just like, oh, okay, I see why this is a thing. And yeah, 15's the marriageable age. Yeah, women got married really early. I mean, like, you had to get married before you were 30. After 30, you are in trouble. Oh, that sounds so terrible when I say it that way. Because, like, I mean, like, even now, it's still a big problem. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Let me go ahead and say. From when I was young, I have loved music. And also, I have admired the many... the many masters and heroes in the world. Let's see. When I became of marriageable age, around the age of 15, I went out into the world, and let's see. 上者 means I learned martial arts, or yes, I believe that's what it means, because like I think so. I used my martial arts. Okay, cool. I was not wrong. Good. Sorry, I was just like, I doubted myself. Sometimes my first instincts are correct. Let's see. I used my martial arts in order to fight against evil. And that's why I was extreme, and let's see. And so I was extremely happy. So yeah, I mean, great. Yeah, when she was younger, she was a martial artist. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, 了不起，已经是个锄强扶弱的女侠。
Oh, I know. Oh, that's amazing. So you're a female warrior that helps. Let's see. That's 筑强. Oh, it's this word again. Sorry. Oh no, this 成语. I forgot what it means. I know it means like I mean, I know it means to help the weak, but it's like it's the other one that I always forget. The first part of it. Ay. Hold on. I can figure this. I can remember this. Oh no, I don't remember it. Oh no, what does it mean again? Like the first part, it just means to... Oh, anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh no, I can't remember. It's okay. But it just means like someone who fights the strong and helps the weak. I guess that's true. Oops. You need to use the dictionary in your brain? Yeah, I know. Cause like, my regular dictionary is not helping. Or I can try. Yeah, give me 1 sec. Okay, no, I think I got it. I think I can do it. I mean, it is fight the strong and help the weak. Okay, I don't know why I'm like blanking. I got nervous. I wanted to try to remember it. Because I always forget what this word means, but it just means to fight. So, yeah, you're right. You're amazing! So you're a female warrior that fights against the strong and helps the weak.
什么女侠，也不过是年少时的胡闹。
哦。
后来，我因音律结识了陈州秦家的独子。
Oh, cool.
他虽不懂武功，也很文弱， 却是我见过最好的人。
哦。
没过多久，他就将我迎娶入门。
Oh, that's cool. Anyway, sorry. Yes, I figure Wen Ruo means he was very frail. Anyway, a female warrior? No, it is only the, it is only the folly of a young, of youth. Afterwards, because of music, let's see. Hold on, how do I say this? I came into contact with the only son of the Qin family in Chenzhou. Even though he did not know martial arts and was extremely frail, but he was the best person I had ever seen. I know, right? He was the greatest person I had ever met. And not long after, I married into his let's see. I want to say, normally in English I would say like, I married into his family, but I guess in this case it actually says like, he brought me into his family, like basically, darn it. In English, you don't marry into, I guess you technically marry into a family, but it's always never mind. I'm sorry. I'm getting caught up in little details. And not long after, I married into his family.
那很好啊，能和自己喜欢的人在一起。
Well, that's good. That's great. You were able to be together with a person you loved. Oh? Oh no, this can't be good. What happened to him? He married me into his family. Yeah, that doesn't sound, it sounds weird. That doesn't sound right in English. But yeah, basically because in English we don't, our word marry doesn't use that, but it's okay. But that's getting caught up in things.
莫非他有赋予你？
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm confused. Why the silence? 赋予 means what? Does that mean like he did something bad to you? Is that right? That's the only thing that makes sense in my case. Or he burdened you. Something bad to you? Okay, here. Could it be that he did man cheated on something? I see. Could it be that he did something to grieve you?
不，他对我很好。我们在一起钻研曲谱，他还教我读书写字。
Wow.
那真是我一生中最快乐的一段日子。
Oh dear. By the way she's talking, I'm worried that her husband's dead. But, you know. Oh, 钻研. I love this word. Let's see. I do believe that means research. So, or immerse. Okay, study. No, he treated me extremely well. Together we studied music, and he even taught me to read and write. Those really were the best, the happiest days of my life.
可惜，不管我怎么做，也做不来知书达理的大家闺秀，让公公婆婆开心。
Oh, I see. Oh no, is this related? It's related to his family, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I was afraid. What I was saying. Unfortunately, no matter what I did, I wasn't able to become the. In this context, although it just means like someone who can. Yeah. Sorry, what's up? Oh, 公公婆婆. Yes, it. Generally, we've used this. Those can also be the words for grandpa and grandma, but in this case, it is not that. Man and woman, of course. Well, anyway. But in this case, yes, it's the parents-in-law. I want to say you couldn't be an educated and polite girl from a noble family. Well, yeah, I guess that's the only way to translate it. I was like, this is an interesting... I mean, I already figured it out because, like, oh, it basically means, like, she wasn't able to make the family happy. Because, like, 知书达理 means, like, someone who can... Someone educated and someone who understands etiquette, yeah. So, anyway, let's see. Unfortunately, no matter what I did, I couldn't be... I couldn't... Or, like... I could never be like a girl from a noble family who was educated and polite that could make my parents-in-law happy.
那你相公呢？这些事他知道吗？
Well then, what about your husband? Does he know about this? Does he know about this matter?
他
Let's switch back to.
他那样孝顺的一个人，当初为了娶我，却不惜违逆家里的意思。只是这种事，又怎能一而再、再而三的犯？
I see why this is a predicament. 一而再，再而三. Or like, how do I... It seems like... That sounds like I can't keep relying on him all the time. Yes, time and again. Okay, all the time. Yeah, great. I got it. Cool. That's a pretty cool expression. Like, one and again, and three. Okay, cool. Let's see. Him? He's normally a person that... He's normally a person that is so... oh my goodness. 孝训. This word presents so much difficulties in Western culture. Oh man. Like, I always thought... But generally, the accepted English translation is filial piety. Basically, you're just, like, loyal to your family. Or, like... So, like, your mom and dad's... Like, if just say your mom and dad, you'll be... Like, it means you'll treat them with respect and take care of them. So, 孝训. So, generally, what we, the kids, have to do for our parents. Anyway, so... He's just saying, like, he's a person that understands... That is devoted to his family. At the moment... Let's see. Back then, in order to marry me, he went against the wishes of his family. Oh, let's see. It's just that with this type of matter, how could I ask him to disobey his family again and again?
简简，
Predicament.
就算有相公陪伴，日子也变得越来越难熬。我那时就有了重出江湖的念头，直到有一天，我又惹得婆婆不高兴。那一次，连相公也责怪了我几句。我一怒之下，留书出走。
Oh, I see. Gradually, even though I was together with my husband, it became more and more difficult to pass the days. Let's see. At that time, I had this thought of going back out into the world again. Let's see. Until one day, I made my mother-in-law unhappy again. And at that time, even my husband scolded me. So in anger, I left the book and then left. I left the book. 留书出走. Is that what? Did I understand that right? I mean, this is not some kind of 成语, right? So she left the book and and left. Huh.
与其在家里受气，当女侠说不定还自在很多呢。
Let's see. A letter and letter. Duh. I forgot they actually called those things letters. Book, or like a scroll. Sorry. Oh, back then they didn't really have books in that sense. That's right. We didn't have print. Ancient China didn't have a printing press at the time. I always wondered how they binded books, but it was scrolls at this time, this age, and not books, not the books we think of. Let's see. having to take the let's see, having to suffer from at home. I think perhaps being a female warrior perhaps you were more free as a female warrior. Well, they've either scroll or some kind of book-like thing made with stripes of wood. Oh, cool.
岂止是女侠，每个学剑的人都梦想成为上天入地的剑仙，我也是一样。离家以后，就遍访名山大川，求仙问道。
哦，名山大川。Oh, I'm assuming that's like a. Anyway, sorry guys. I know I'm slowing us down, but I do have to. There's a lot to process here. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. Travel famous mountains and rivers. Oh, I see. Oh, I should have just read it literally then. Oopsies. Sometimes I get spooked and I think it's I get thinking not only why stop it being at just female warrior? Let's see. Everyone who learns the sword dreams of one day becoming a sword immortal. Let's see. A sword immortal that can rise into. Well, yeah. I would just say that can rise into the heavens and enter the earth. Well, yeah, basically, what a sword immortal can do. They can do anything apparently. I too was the same. After I left home, I went through many famous mountains and rivers for the sake of pursuing the path of the immortal.
哦，原来你也喜欢在天上飞。
Oh, so you too like flying in the sky. He's talking about the flying on the sword.
可能人心就是这么不知足。当我剑术大进，反而常常想念相公。他的身子本来就不是特别好，我很担心。我为自己找了很多理由，想回到陈州来看看他。
I see. Perhaps it's because the human heart is so perhaps is it because the human heart is not easily satisfied. Once my sword arts had become even greater, I was still constantly missing my husband. Let's see. I already knew his body. Give me a second. Yeah. His body was not. So guys, sometimes it's like I know what the sentence is saying, but I'm trying to think of an English way to say it. So please bear with me. Let's see. I knew that his constitution was not particularly good, so I was very worried. His health, I guess. His health or his constitution. I use both. Let's see. I was looking for many reasons for myself. A reason so that I could go back to Chenzhou and go see him.
那后来呢？你见到他了吗？
what happened afterwards? Did you see him?
我回到陈州时，才知他已过世好几个月了。
Oh, I had a feeling that was the case. She wouldn't be standing here. Okay, sorry. After I returned to Zhou, only then did I know that he had passed away a few months ago. Oh, passed away many months ago. So yeah, basically, I already suspected that this was probably gonna happen because, like, why the heck would you be standing here if? Yeah, anyway.
你相公是怎么了？怎么会？
Let's see. What happened to your husband? How could it have happened?
听说相公在我离开后，身子更是糟糕。婆婆为他定下一门亲事冲喜，但心腹过门没多久，他还是去了。
Oh, this finally gives me a chance to talk about another thing for Chinese culture. I'm repeating this lesson again, but I will get back to. I will first translate and then I will explain because this is actually another Chinese cultural thing that will be a little weird for Western culture, for people here in the West. Let me go ahead and say it now. Yes, another episode in Chongxi again. I heard that after I left, my husband's health became even worse, and so my mother-in-law, let's see, found a bride in order to perform Chongxi. Oh, this is a fun one. I will explain what that means in just a moment. Chongxi, but after the new bride had entered the family, in the end but not long after the new bride had entered the family, he still ended up leaving. So basically, the Chongxi failed. Alright, allow me to explain. So, in Chinese culture, it is believed that, with varying results, that, like, if, like, the groom, or for this case, the groom, no, yeah, it's mostly for the groom anyway, but, like, if a son or a family member, like a son who's unmarried, is very, very, very sick, it's believed that if he gets married to someone, if there's a girl that marries him, it's for the sake of Chongxi, which means to fill with joy, but it's like basically it's a marriage. Let's see. So it's believed that a marriage can help cure the curse that's causing the sickness for the male. Generally, that's a superstition, and that's what they believed back then. I mean, all the way to the 1900s. In fact, there's actually like a very famous story about, I can't remember the name, but it's like something like, but it's basically about a woman who ended up having to go marry for Chongxi, but the man who was sick ended up dying anyway. So that girl that had to marry for the sake of Chongxi to actually try to cure the sickness through a marriage ends up being a widow anyway, and then that's how the family has to deal with that. So yeah, it really sucks, and because there's no actual scientific basis. Of course they didn't know that back then because it was a superstition. So this was a common practice. This is a practice that happens in a lot of like rich families with very sickly sons, but oftentimes it doesn't work because that's not curing the sickness. So yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, so that's what Chongxi is. So it's a practice of marrying in order to cure sickness and curses. And it comes with varying results. Often it doesn't end well, but you know, they still believed in it. So that's why she's saying this. It kind of sucks. In this case, her husband, because she left, her husband, like her mother-in-law had her husband marry another girl in order to perform Chongxi, in the hope that he would get better because he was really sick. But not long after they married, he died. So it didn't work.
我曾经想过千百遍和他重逢的情形，我宁可他骂我，不原谅我，也不要这个样子。
Anyway, so that was your Chinese cultural lesson for today. So I've actually talked about this in previous games in the series, but I figured I might as well give you another lesson today. And about how